We'll start off to call to order. Before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I do want to take a second to ask for a moment of silence in memory of Mr. Jack Taylor, former athletic coach who passed away. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and stand. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to start off with the pre-bargaining public hearing, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Brown.
Yes, hello. We are conducting our public hearing on pre-bargaining, and this is a statutory requirement. And so at this time, we would like to ask if there are any public comments before we begin bargaining with our Teachers Association. There are none.
Okay, so we'll move on to 26-103, adjourn the public hearing. So can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the public meeting of the pre-bargaining.
Okay. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? So we'll vote. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. The pre-bargaining public hearing meeting is adjourned. So we'll move on to the regular board meeting. We'll start off with the consent agenda. 26-104, approval of agenda for August 19th, regular meeting. 26-105, approval of minutes of the July 16th, 2026 work session and July 22nd regular board meeting. 26-106, approval of payment of claims. 26-107, approval of financial report. 26-108, approval of construction payments. We have 9 of those. First one is Schmidt & Associates for $49,406.71. Second one is Core Construction, $127,599.05. Third one is Dan Christina Excavating Company, $88,903.51. Fourth one, JR Contracting, Inc., $676,988.63. Fifth one, Bruns Getzwiller, Inc., $82,650. Number 6, Structural Steel Service, Inc., $13,466.25. 7 is Cook Mechanical, Inc., $109,820. Number 8, ETC Systems, Inc., $91,651.25. Number 9, Landmark Aquatics, $92,700. 26-109, approval of personnel report. 26-109.1, addenda personnel report. 26-110, approval of donations and grants. We have one from Madison Consolidated High School. Dr. Bob Canada donated $1,000 to the athletic department to be used as needed. 26-111, approval of field trip request. We have one of those. We have an overnight field trip request from Athletic Director Devin Brierley for the boys cross-country team to attend the Taylor University Cross-Country Invitation on August 28th through the 29th of 2026. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I recommend that the board approve with one motion and one vote the consent agenda items 26-104 through and including 26-111 as presented.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion. We pass the consent agenda as presented.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote. Signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Passed. Any public comments? So we'll move on to action items. 26-112, approval of estimated out-of-state transfer tuition. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I recommend the board approve the estimated out-of-state transfer tuition. Transfer tuition is mandatory for all out-of-state students enrolled in our district. Tuition is estimated for those students and finalized at a later date after the October ADM. Payment for tuition may be made in full upon enrollment or in 4 installments as listed below. So I give the estimation of the tuition being $8,750.80 per year, or they can make 4 payments, August 31st, October 23rd, December 18, and February 19, each one for $2,187.70. So asking for approval.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve 26-112.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 26-112 passed. 26-113, approval of transfer of appropriations in cash. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I recommend the board approve the transfer of appropriations in cash. Biannually on June 30 and December 31st, the Finance Department reviews the approved budget for necessary adjustments. These transfers do not increase the total approved appropriations budgeted for 2026. These transfers merely allow us to make appropriate adjustments to individual accounts. The cash transfer from educational fund to cover the child care expenditures explains why this one's needed. Asking for approval.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion, we approve 26-113.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 26-113 passed. 26-114, approval of resolution to reduce appropriations budget 2026. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I'm recommending the board approve the resolution to reduce appropriations for the 2026 budget year. You found in your packet a resolution concerning the reduction of appropriations for the 2026 budget year. If we do not need to spend the entire budget, this will free up the necessary cash needed to fund the 2027 budget. So asking for approval.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion, we approve 26-114.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 26-114 passed. 26-115, approval to designate signer for special education excess cost applications. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I'm recommending the board designate me to authorize as the designated signer for the special education excess cost applications. SEEC applications are submitted to request additional funding from the IDOE for alternative services and private residential school placements for students with special needs. If determined to be a need by the case conference committee and the student's individual education plan, these are put in place. So asking for approval.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve 26-115.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 26-115 passed. 26-116, approval of 2026-2027 Senator David C. Ford Education Technology Grant. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I'm recommending the board approve the 2026-27 Senator David C. Ford Educational Grant in the amount of $28,720. Madison Consolidated Schools was one of 59 recipients of the IDOE Special Education Grant. The RoboKind grant allows corporations and charter schools to purchase robotic technology and provide professional development endorsed by the Council of Administrators of Special Education to improve the social and behavioral skills of students with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. So we're asking for approval to accept that grant.
Can I get a motion?
Make a motion, we approve 26-116.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 26-116 passed. 26-117, second reading of approval of new CCHA MCS policies. Dr. Brown.
Yes, I'm recommending the board approve the new MCS policies from CCHA that were presented at the last board meeting and that are in your packet.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion, we pass 26-117.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. Okay, 26-118, second reading and approval to delete Neola MCS policies. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, I'm recommending the board give approval to delete the MCS policies that are redundant now with the passing of the CCHA policies.
Can I get a motion?
I make a motion that we approve 26-118, the deletion of the Neola policies.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. 26-119, first reading of CCHA MCS policies. There's quite a few of them. So A285, no distracted driving. B100, board authority and philosophy. B125, school board leadership and support. B150, organizational meeting, board of finance and committees. B175, functions. B225, board meetings. D300, alcohol and controlled substance policy for commercial drivers, license, CDL, and safety sensitive positions. F100, internal controls and reporting, losses, shortages, variances, or thefts. F275, gifts and donations. F300, time and effort. G425, pledge of allegiance and moments of silence. G450, advertisement, publications, and naming rights. G500, intellectual property ownership and revenue. H100, school visitors and parent-family engagement. H225, public comments and concerns. Dr. Brown.
Yeah, this is the first reading of those policies, therefore no actions required by the board tonight.
26-120, first reading to delete Neola MCS policies. PO 0122, Board of Powers. PO 0123, Philosophy of the Board. PO 0131.1, Bylaws and Policies. PO 0131.2, Technical Corrections. PO 0132.1, Selection of Superintendent. PO 0132.2, Administrative Authority. PO 0133, Judicial. PO 0151, Organizational Meeting. PO 0151.1, Board of Finance of the Madison Consolidated School Corporation. PO 0152, Officers. PO 0154, Motions. PO 0155, Committees. PO 0165, Board Meetings. PO 0166, Agenda. PO 0166.1, Consent Agenda. PO 0167.2, Executive Session. PO 0167.4, Adjournment. PO 0168.1, Open Meeting. PO 0168.2, Executive Session. PO 0171.1, President. PO 0171.2, Vice President. PO 0171.3, Secretary. PO 0171.4, Treasurer. PO 0172, Legal Counsel. PO 0174, Reports. PO 0175, Association Membership. PO 0175.1, School Board Conferences, Conventions, and Workshops. PO 1130, Conflict of Interest. PO 1214, Staff Gifts. PO 1461, Unrequested Leave of Absence. PO 1520.08, Employment of Personnel for Extracurricular Activities. PO 1521, Personnel Background Checks, References to Mandatory Reporting of Convictions and Substantiated Child Abuse and Arrest. PO 615, Tobacco Use Prevention. PO 2261.01, Parent and Family Member Participation in Title I Programs. PO 2281, Parent and Family Engagement. PO 2330, Homework. PO 2410, Audio, Video, and Digital Recording of Meetings. PO 2413, Health Services. PO 2414, Reproductive Health and Family Planning and Human Sexuality Instruction. PO 2461, Recording of IEP Team Meetings, Case Conferences. PO 2464, Programs for HIHD, HG.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Programs for high ability students. PO 2510, Adoption of Curricular Materials. PO 3113, Conflict of Interest. PO 3121, Personnel Background Checks, References, and Mandatory Reporting of Convictions and Substantiated Child Abuse and Arrest. PO 3122, Non-Discrimination and Equal Employment Opportunity. PO 3122.01, Drug-Free Workplace. PO 3139, Staff Discipline. PO 3140, Resignation. PO 3160, Fitness for Duty Examination. PO 3161, Unrequested Leave of Absence. PO 3170, Substance Abuse. PO 3211, Required Reports and Protection of Whistleblowers. PO 3215, Tobacco Use Prevention. PO 3421, benefits for administrators. PO 4113, conflict of interest. PO 4120.08, employment of personnel for extracurricular activities. PO 4121, personal background checks, references the mandatory reporting of convictions and substantiated child abuse and arrest. PO 4122.01, drug-free workplace. PO 4160, fitness of duty examination. PO 4161, unrequested leave of absence. PO 4162, drug and alcohol testing of CDL holders and other employees who perform safety-sensitive functions. PO 4211, required reports and protection and whistleblowers. PO 4214, staff gifts. PO 4215, tobacco use prevention. PO 4421, benefits. PO 5320, immunization. PO 5330, use of medication. PO 5330.01, self-administered medication. PO 5330.02, care of students with diabetes. PO 5335, care of students with chronic health conditions. PO 5340, student accidents. PO 5340.01, student concussion and sudden cardiac arrest. PO 5341, emergency medical authorization. PO 5500, student conduct. PO 5512, tobacco use prevention. PO 5610.02, in-house discipline. PO 5611, due process rights. PO 5630, use of force and corporal punishment in the course of staff supervision of students. PO 6111, internal control standards and procedures. PO 6116, time and effort reporting. PO 6145, short-term indebtedness.
Indebtedness, yeah.
PO 6320, purchasing. PO 6325, procurement, federal grants and funds. PO 6330, approval of contracts. PO 6440, corporate purchasing. PO 6450, local purchasing. PO 6460, conflicts of interest and vendor relations. PO 6470, payment and claims. PO 6520, payroll deductions. PO 6510, payroll authorization. PO 6610, extracurricular funds. PO 6620, petty cash. PO 6800, systems of accounting. PO 7230, gifts, grants, and bequests. PO 7434, use of tobacco on school property. PO 7530.01, cell phone allowance. PO 7540.01, technology privacy. PO 7540.02, digital content and accessibility. PO 7540.05, corporation issued staff email count. PO 7540.06, corporation issued student email account. PO 8120, volunteers. PO 8121, personal background check, contracted services. PO 8390, animal on school corporation property. PO 8400, school safety information. PO 8451, parasitic infestation, head lice, bed bugs. PO 8452, automated external defibrillators, AED. PO 8451.01, control of bloodborne pathogens. PO 8470, registered sex or violent offenders. PO 8510, wellness. PO 8531, free and reduced price meals. PO 8800, religious, patriotic ceremonies and observances. PO 8900, anti-fraud. PO 9130, public complaints and concerns. PO 9150, school visitors. PO 9250, relations with parents. PO 9700.01, advertising, commercial activities, sponsorships, and naming rights. Dr. Brown.
Yes, this is the first reading, therefore you will need to read them again. No, I'm just kidding. There were no other actions required.
You want to talk more? Give me a break? Okay. 26-121, approval Jefferson County Virtual Academy Student Handbook and Ed Option Academy. Dr. Brown.
Yes, I recommend the board approve the Jefferson County Virtual Academy Student Handbook and Ed Option Academy as presented.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 26121.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, we'll vote, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Pass 2612. Any comments? Okay, board member comments. Mike?
I would just like to say thank you to everybody that was involved in all these upgrades of our policies and handbooks. It is a very time-consuming job. It is a very thankless job, but it is something that we do need to get done periodically. And I sincerely thank all those who have been involved.
Thank you, Mike. John?
Well, whatever can go wrong will, and as our school year started off, at no fault of our own, we had some power issues, but I'm really proud of our staff, Jay, especially Jay, and taking it head on, getting resolved, and just doing what we had to do to get the job done. So thanks to the staff and to the understanding parents and the children's cooperation. Great job.
Thank you, John. Jody?
Yeah, so welcome back. I think we've got almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Students, 2 weeks-ish. So glad to have everybody back. And it had a few little minor bumps, like John said, that, really weren't anything that we could have stopped or whatever. But yeah, so welcome back and looking forward to a great year.
Thank you, Jody. Dustin?
Just get out and support your sports. Get out and support your sports teams. Fall's a great time to go to soccer or cross country or volleyball or football or tennis, any of those sports. So get out and support them. And then on a positive note, I've heard nothing but good things about the cell phones. I've had parents text me had one parent kind of text me and said, my kid physically feels better during the day because they don't have their cell phone out, and that was reported. So kudos to everybody. That has been, while there's been bumps, I think that's been real easy and really done well from top to bottom in the schools about the cell phone stuff. So good job to everybody on that.
Thank you, Dustin. I'm not going to say a whole lot because I already have during the meeting. So welcome back to everyone and everything. So the board will conduct a work session and budget work session on Thursday, September 3rd at 4 p.m. And our next regular board meeting and budget public hearing will be Wednesday, September 9th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Dr. Brown.
Right. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate Tara McKay because about a week ago, she defended her dissertation and she's now Dr. Tara McKay. So congratulations. And that was 4 years of just persistent hard work. So I appreciate everything she's done to make that happen, and I'm very proud of her. School is off to a great start. We have about 2,600 students today, so we're up about 65 from last year. We've continued to gain each year, so we're very pleased that our families are choosing Madison Consolidated Schools. It is the best place to come. So many opportunities and choices here, and we appreciate them putting their faith in our staff to make sure their kids are well educated. Also, like Dustin said, fall sports, band, theater, everyone has kind of begun. Our first football game, home football game, is this Friday against Scottsburg at 7 o'clock on the Cub Field. So looking forward to that. We also have some exciting news from FFA. Our chapter was rated as a 2-star chapter in the National Chapter Award Program. Less than 10% of FFA chapters nationwide are being recognized for this award with a National Chapter Award star rating. So we're very excited and very proud of Amanda Briggs and her students to make that happen for us as well. A big thanks to, first of all, Jay Roney, our Director of Facilities. We had some power outages, Duke, it was just a Duke Energy issue with some transformers, but it impacted our campus, and Jay was beginning his days very early trying to help figure out what to do to get school in session for kids. Really appreciate the work that he went through to make that happen and make it as smooth as possible. Also, a big thanks to our custodians, our maintenance staff, our principals, our teachers, cafeteria, bus drivers, ISPs, nurses, counselors, everyone for their part in making sure that our school year was a smooth start. It takes a team. It takes all of us working together to make that happen for our kids. A lot of behind-the-scenes work, and I greatly appreciate everything they did, including the work from the central office staff. They've worked hard all summer getting ready for school to start, and I appreciate what each of them has done as well. And then lastly, just congratulations to our Cubs being back and making sure that they're ready to learn. Lots of great things happening in classrooms as I'm going around buildings. The new ribbon cutting at the new Anderson Playground happened this week. Just a lot of good things happening in Madison. I appreciate everything our staff's doing for our kids. That's all I've got.
We'll move on to adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn the regular meeting?
Make a motion, we adjourn the regular meeting.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Can we get a vote? By saying aye?